Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Slickmoth, and I'm back again with another video. And in this one, I want to talk a little bit about San Diego Comic-Con, which we know is happening from July 21st through July 24th. And we already have some confirmations of what's actually happening from what we've known in the past, what we've heard recently. For example, The Killing Joke, we know is premiering at San Diego Comic-Con. If you're there from the 21st to the 24th, you can see it there early. It'll be premiered there. You can also then see it in the 25th in theaters. That's what I'm doing. And then buy Digital HD the 26th and Blu-ray on August 2nd. So that's an example of something that we know we're getting at San Diego Comic-Con. But I also want to speculate and take some, basically just guesstimate on what we will or will not see, mainly in the video game world, because we have very little concrete information of what we will be seeing. So I have a list here of what I think we will see and what we will not see. Let's talk with, Telltale's Batman, which is something that I think we're definitely going to see at San Diego Comic-Con. So we have a tweet here from Job Stauffer, and essentially Job was asked a question relating to seeing more information or getting a trailer this month, of course the month of July, and his response does not necessarily confirm, it does not confirm that we're going to be getting a trailer at San Diego Comic-Con, but he does confirm we're getting a trailer this month, and he also confirms that we're getting quite a bit more information this month. So therefore, using my amazing forensic skills, I think we can only deduce, it's only fair to presume that the trailer will be revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, seeing that we're getting it this month. Okay, it's already been, what are we, 10, 11 days into July. It's only reasonable that they would release it at San Diego Comic-Con if they've not done so already. So certainly that trailer that we know we're getting this month is going to likely be revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm just going to deduce that, make that deduction. I think that's pretty fair to assume. So a trailer at San Diego Comic-Con for Telltale's Batman is pretty much 99% likely, at least the way that I see it. Now I want to go ahead and cut over to what we definitely will not be seeing, and then I'll go back to my list of things that I wrote down ahead of time of what I think we will be seeing. And what we won't see, what I don't think we'll see. Spider-Man PS4, it's seeing that game is quite a bit out, and we just got information about it at E3. I'm not getting my hopes up, holding my breath for that. Let's talk about Return to Arkham. Don't think we'll see that. Rocksteady's game, definitely not. I mean, they took 4 years to make Batman Arkham Knight. Don't hold your breath for this new game if they're doing a new franchise. Also, they've got Batman Arkham VR, which, I just forgot about that. When I think Rocksteady's new game, I'm still thinking like their AAA game and not like a 1 hour VR kind of experience. Batman Arkham VR probably will be at display at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll probably learn a little bit more about it. So yeah, if you're interested in that, then we'll probably see more about that. But when I was writing it on my notes, I was thinking, like their real next game, like their superhero game, their Superman game or whatever. But yeah, so if you're interested in Arkham VR, then we might see a little bit of that at San Diego Comic-Con. Telltale's 2017 Marvel game, I have on my notes here of what we're not going to see. Yeah, I would expect an announcement of that character, who I think is Spider-Man, just my personal guess, towards the end of 2016. And of course, in December 2016, the Batman series is expected to conclude. So I think it's going to actually work out quite nicely, such in the way that they announced the Marvel 2017 game around the time of December, which is a year ago. Before then, they announced the Batman game. So I think it's going to actually line up quite well, such that the 2017 Marvel game, which I think is Spider-Man, but anyway, that whatever they decide to be, or whatever it is going to be roughly a year apart in release and also an announcement. So now let's talk about Justice League, which is interestingly enough not going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. Of course, next year it's going to be the star of Hall H at the WB press announcement. But of course, we just had pressers come to the Justice League set like a month ago and drop a lot of information and replicate complete scenes with dialogue. So we know a little bit more about the movie now, and I don't think it's necessary. And there's also the possibility that although it's not on their schedule, it's not on their plan for Justice League, they could very well end the Hall H premiere with a picture of the Justice League standing together, kind of like the Trinity that we saw in the trailer 2 for Batman v Superman, but of course not just the Trinity with Flash and Aquaman and everybody else in there. So that would be pretty epic if they did that. It's not on the schedule though. There's not going to be anything big for Justice League there, so do keep that in mind. All right, so let's go ahead and head back to what I think we will see, and this one is really, really exciting, and that is one WB Montreal game announcement. And this is just going to be an announcement trailer, a reveal trailer. But my thought on this, with the WB situation is they've got to get the ball rolling. They really have to get this moving along here, because the last full game that they made was Batman Arkham Origins, okay? They made a mobile game, Legends of Chima or something like that in 2014. They made the Batgirl DLC, and that's it. That's all they've done the past 3 years. This is a studio of 400 employees. I don't know what they've been up to, making 2 DC games, obviously, but, you know, presumably they've been working on these since 2013. They certainly weren't fixing Batman Arkham Origins all that much, because if I understand in that game, that none of the glitches or anything really got fixed. So I don't know what they've been doing. It didn't take 400 employees to make Legends of Chima on iOS, that's for damn sure. So, you know, it's time to get the ball rolling here. I mean, you've got to announce something. You announced that we're going to be getting these 2 DC games, and you're just kind of leaving us hanging. It's kind of the same feeling that I'm getting about Return to Arkham, that you announce it, and now we're supposed to wait. Apparently, for those who are unaware, Eurogamer's reporting that Return to Arkham might not come out until 2017, and in fact, the September 2nd estimate was an underscore. So, you know, they've just got to get the ball rolling here if they want to keep our interest. We're intrigued. We're wondering about their game, but at the same point, you know, casual fans, you know, me, of course, as a YouTuber, I'm always going to be covering this stuff, but you know, casual fans are going to lose interest. They're going to say, okay, 2 DC games, I'm interested, and then they're just going to forget about it after 6 months of hearing this, and a game, they haven't announced a game in 3 or 4 years. So I think that they really need to get the ball rolling and just announce something, even if they don't have a trailer. I don't know how that would be the case, but you know, you just got to keep the ball rolling here. They've got to get on the move, okay? Let's get on with it, all right? So that's my thoughts. That's my honest to God truth. They really need to get the ball moving. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, so let's talk about Injustice 2. We know that we're going to be getting the reveal of 2 new characters at San Diego Comic-Con. We're probably going to get a new map. I threw that in my notes. Like, we're going to get like a new map to show. Like they showed Atlantis, they showed Metropolis, so they can show maybe another map, show Gotham, for example. I don't think they showed that. So that would be cool. You know, 2 characters, and you know, I didn't make a video on it because I have a feeling it's going to be like Wonder Woman and The Flash. Yeah, because, like, no, I think, have we seen The Flash? No, we actually have not. We've not seen The Flash. So they could very easily do that. It'd be like, Wonder Woman, you know, I have my own list of characters that aren't guaranteed to be in the game. Of course, there are those characters that we know are going to be in the game that haven't been announced yet, right? I mean, like, Cyborg, and I'm just thinking, like, all the Justice League characters, Robin, Nightwing, you know, not Nightwing, just kidding. I played Injustice 1. So, you get what I'm saying here, you know. I'm hoping that it's not that. I'm hoping that they leave room such that, you know, the characters that are definitely going to be in the game, like Wonder Woman, that we actually saw in the damn trailer, and we know they're in the game, they just haven't been announced yet. You know, I hope they don't use their announcement for that. I hope it's 2 characters that we're surprised by, you know, like they announce, you know, like Red Hood and Batgirl or something like that. Those are 2 examples that just came into my head where they would be pleasant surprises if they were to announce that, or Aqualad or something like that. Okay, so that's my hope for that it's nothing too obvious, like, oh, Wonder Woman's in the game. Who would have fucking guessed? No, I'm just kidding. If they announce that, that's fine. I'll watch the gameplay at San Diego Comic-Con, and maybe do a little bit of analysis and breakdown of the new characters if you guys are interested in that. But yeah, nothing too major here. You know, the big stuff for Injustice 2 is going to happen a little bit down the line, but nonetheless, a lot to look forward to for Injustice 2, and that's going to be fun to watch the live streams for that and check out some of that gameplay. So the 2 final things that I have on my list right here is, first, the Wonder Woman trailer. This is an official trailer. We already have a little bit of teaser footage, and I think it may be more of a teaser trailer in sorts, that it doesn't reveal the plot of the film too much, but certainly we're going to have a trailer for Wonder Woman. I think that's nothing short of in due, and I can't wait to see that. And we saw a little bit of test footage from Wonder Woman in the DC special feature. I forget what it was called. Road to the Justice League or something like that, or Premiere of the DCEU, something along those lines. You guys know what I'm talking about, that 30-minute special with Jeff Johns and Kevin Smith, and that was really, really cool to watch, and we saw a little bit of Wonder Woman footage. So I'm hoping to see a full-blown trailer and see some of her abilities, because in Batman v Superman, her ability set was actually quite different than what we've seen in the comics, at least a little bit. So I'm looking forward to see how that carries over, if her fighting style is actually a little bit different than it was in you know, 1917, for example, as the film takes place in World War I. So around that time, 1914, wherever in there it's taking place. So I'm interested to see that and just see the trailer and the plot. Apparently, from what I heard, I didn't read the plot synopsis, but apparently it's a little bit like you know, the first Wonder Woman comic. Apparently, just kind of like, it's not her origin story, but basically, if I understand correctly, you know, you've got basically Steve Trevor, and he's probably fighting for the Americans in the First World War, and then she meets him, and then it's kind of like a love story in that way, and then it's also a superhero movie. So, you know, I'm interested to see how that is. And of course, Wonder Woman is the keeper of peace, so the plot is going to be her trying to you know, end the First World War. And it makes sense for them to do World War I. World War I was in every sense an unnecessary war. It was a political political war, whereas the Second World War was a war of good versus evil, at least most people would agree, retrospectively looking back on the Allies versus, the Axis powers, which comprised of Adolf Hitler and, Mussolini, and of course Stalin. He was on the Allies, not the best of guys. In fact, he killed more people than Adolf Hitler himself, but the idea is this: the First World War was preventable. It was basically just 18-year-old men getting shipped off to fight this political war of attrition, and you essentially have people in these alliances and treaties, and like, you declare war on me, I declare war on you, kind of nonsense. The Second World War was very different though, and the argument that Wonder Woman Deanna is going to be making of peace applies much better to the First World War than the Second World War, although I will concede it is not nearly as intriguing of a war to kind of view from a historical standpoint, or also from just kind of a from a theatrical dramatized kind of perspective of a film. But it's going to work out best for the movie, and I'm excited that they're taking that route into World War I. So my final prediction for San Diego Comic-Con 2016, at least that I can think of, I might have missed a few, and if you think I did, leave it in the comment section below and what your predictions and expectations are. I'd love to read all those comments. Would be a AAA Marvel game, which we know are in development from the I believe it was the vice president of Marvel who confirmed that there's more AAA Marvel games in development at top studios, and with their top Marvel license, presumably maybe like an Iron Man game or a Hulk game or something like that. That would be challenging to make, but anyway, a game like that is in development in addition to Insomniac's AAA Spider-Man game. So essentially, they're kind of going down the route of Arkham level quality games in the Marvel world. So I'm interested to see how that all plays out. And it may be so close to the Insomniac game release, but I think that in 2017 is really going to be Marvel's year. I think that Insomniac Spider-Man is coming out 2017, and also an additional Marvel game is going to be coming out in 2017, and that's in addition, by the way, to Telltale's Marvel game. I'm excluding that. So I think there's a possibility we could actually get 3 Marvel games in 2017, and that's insane to think about, and at which point they would actually be topping DC in that front, because as far as we are aware, there's the only game coming out in 2017 for DC is Injustice 2, and again, I think a WB Montreal game is coming out in 2017, at which point you have 2 games. So it is what it is. It's not a contest to who can shit out more games. That's not the point. Of course, it's about quality. And of all the games that we've seen thus far, whether it be Telltale's Batman, whether it be Injustice 2, whether it be Insomniac Spider-Man PS4, we are not looking at a quantity crap fest. We're looking at quality games in all of those instances. So I'm excited to see that, and I'm excited to see what other games are in development, and feel free to leave your speculation of what AAA Marvel games we are seeing or we will see in 2017. So my guess is honestly going to be an Iron Man game. I think that is certainly due. It's kind of the Cinderella story. In 2008, this B-list, maybe even C-list Marvel character turned into the forefront of the brand, and I think that's kind of an incredible story of a character to go through, as somebody that, again, was a C-list character, previously was just viewed as a copy of Bruce Wayne, is now at the forefront of the Marvel brand. So I think we'll see an Iron Man game at some point, even if it's not within the next few years. So anyway, guys, hope you'll have enjoyed the video, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Let me know all of your San Diego Comic-Con predictions. Do you agree with mine? And let me know yours in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next one.